1, 2, 3, 4. Palapalooza. Palapalooza. We're talking to you. I'm Palapalooza. Word. We are here with Chris and Jason of Punk Rock Food Drive. What up, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
What's happening, Troy?
And Parade of Horribles. You guys are staying busy.
Yeah, we're a joint effort, charity band, I guess.
Charity band, yeah, I like that. So let's talk about what's going on, man. Saturday at Legacy, Punk Rock Food Drive. 9 bands, starts at 1:30, right? Music is at 1:30, doors at 1.
You got it.
So a lot of locals around town are familiar with Punk Rock Food Drive, including myself. But for listeners that may not be aware of what is going on there, explain.
Basically, we're throwing a concert to raise food and funds for the North County Food Bank, which is a division of the San Diego Food Bank. And it's just an all-ages party, a way to help out the community.
Absolutely, man. At Legacy, that's the spot.
So, yeah, we've got raffles throughout the day, also to help raise funds for the food bank.
Auctions. We're auctioning
yep.
a custom
board,
Punk Rock Food Drive surfboard. This thing is sweet. It's like a collaboration effort from the guy Stuart who designed the logo for this year's flyer. He started it all, and then our buddy, my buddy Mike Huron, who works for Color World Glass, he gives us a board pretty much every year. Just make sure we have something, and then
awesome.
We're always trying to get a logo on it. And this time, like all the collab worked out where they made this beautiful board.
Sweet, yep.
And I mean, it's got like custom little forks and spoons and mohawks and cans on it. Like it's beautiful.
I want it.
So this man,
I want it.
Yeah, this guy Oscar Guru shaped it, and then my buddy Mike glassed it, and Barry Snyder Designs did all the airbrush work on it. It looks so good.
How do people get raffle tickets? You bring 3 non-perishable food items to receive a free raffle ticket, correct?
That's true, yeah. So it's $5 admission this time. We've been doing traditionally free concerts whenever we can in the past, but with the outdoor stage situation, we kind of have some costs that we didn't anticipate this year. So we're charging $5 for 9 great bands. And then bring food on top of that, and we'll get you a raffle ticket. We're asking for 3 non-perishable food items, but bring all you can to help our hungry neighbors. We'll give you 1 raffle ticket, and we strongly suggest everybody buys more to increase your chances of winning some cool stuff. So there's a small list there of just what we have. It ranges from tattoos, brewery, restaurant gift cards, skate gear, skateboards. There's so much stuff. We typically have about 30 raffle bags. So between every band, we're raffling tons of stuff. And there's...
Yeah, we don't have a final count yet as far as how many we'll do.
Yeah,
we usually do
I just got
5 or so between each band.
I just got an email
Okay.
down at Burning Beard when I was waiting to come here, and someone in Gritty Arts in Orange County, they're like, we want to send you stuff. So basically, it's Hell Week right now, so people are finding out about the event. We've known about it for months, but people who just get wind of it, they always want to help. It's crazy the amount of people who I know now just because of the raffle itself who have just wanted to just donate to it. Like the lady who's cut my hair for the last 3 or 4 years is one of my best friends, and I met her because she saw we were doing the event and said, hey, I want to donate to this. You could win a free hypnotherapy session. I met my hypnotherapist through Punk Rock Food Drive.
Did you really?
And now I don't bite my nails anymore.
Shit.
So,
True story.
well,
Still smoking.
This year.
You go back to
He
him.
picked that up. He picked that up
This
later.
year.
So
Yeah.
So cool, man. So it's going to be outside there at Legacy. I like that.
Yeah, we
That's
actually
a long event. 9 bands. I mean, 1:30 to what? 9?
1:30. So it's 1:30 to 10 outside.
Cool.
We're taking over the whole front parking lot, and then right after that show's done, we have to kind of cut sound outside at 10. But then we'll go inside for Generator's going to do the after party. So they're a Bad Religion tribute band.
I saw that. That is rad, dude. I love it. Let's shout out the bands. Get Dead, The Last Gang, Mercy Music, Lowbrow, The Shell Corporation, London's Falling, tribute band.
No.
No, okay. Originals. Shake Before Us, Parade of Horribles, of course. And Matt Salkeld? Salkeld.
Yep.
Awesome. Solo artist?
Solo acoustic, yeah.
Starting it off there.
Yep.
Okay, starting it off 1:30 this Saturday at Legacy, dude. And we love Legacy. We love Titus. We love Drew. We love Peter. Drew, Legacy's going to do a Palapalooza beer for the month of December, dude. So
right on.
Cool, yeah.
Merry Christmas. We're going to have like a little, kegerator back here for all our guests.
Sure.
It's really cool. So this is the 11th annual, is that correct?
That's it. Yeah.
So 11 years you've been doing this, correct? Every Thanksgiving, one time a year?
Every Thanksgiving, absolutely.
Yeah, we do 2 sometimes, but we taken a break this year of doing 2 of them because we
just hype this one. Hype it up.
And we put a lot of work into getting our 501c3, so that took a lot of
Is that
paperwork.
A tax
yeah,
document?
that's a tax ID to have our own
tax
this time,
ID. Okay.
Basically, we hit a decade and said, "Hey, we deserve a minor vacation. We're not going to do summer." And then that gave us time to sit down and just do a lot of research and documenting of how to start a charity. We've been thinking about it for a long time, and so we just did it this year. Last month, we got 501c3 status, so we're a tax exempt organization, and that just puts us in a much better place, an easier place moving forward to try and find sponsors and people who will be willing to take the tax write-off to help kind of put their name behind what we're doing.
Yeah, and broaden our horizons a little bit too. Maybe not just do punk shows, do a acoustic show or a jazz mixer in La Jolla.
Rock food drive coming soon.
Quite possibly. I mean, the organization.
So many different genres, locally. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, when we set it up, I mean, I thought of the idea like 8 years ago, and I remember just sitting in my little studio office, just going, "All right, we're gonna start a charity, and it's gonna be bigger than Punk Rock Food Drive. It's called Notes for Needs. So it's basically anything music for any kind of need that we could find or align ourselves with people who kind of are doing what we're doing, where it's let's use music to help people.
Awesome.
So it's intentionally very broad, and as the years go by, we're going to find ways to pinpoint what that exactly means,
Yeah, even, dude, maybe long-term nationwide?
Potentially.
Worldwide, wide.
I'll tell you what, since it's Hell Week for PRFD right now, I was at work today in a weird meeting thinking, man, I don't care about this.
This seems to be a passion, dude, and it's extremely selfless of you guys, dude. Like, it's inspirational for sure. Like, being in a band, Ronnie Lee said it best, can be extremely a selfish thing. You're up there, you're kind of singing your own stuff, and it's kind of self-centered. So the fact that you guys have brought it out, you're using your band and your platform to help the community, dude. It's rad. It really is inspirational, dude, and I give you guys props.
Chris, it's like he knows exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect because
this podcast to a certain extent, yeah.
Our first show was a benefit show for my friend's niece who was like in a coma at the time, and it was just like
the first show was.
Yeah, when we started playing like 10 years ago, and we were like, let's just find a way. Like, if we're gonna nurse this thing with our little, egos,
right?
Like, we might as well find a way to make that benefit other people.
Dude, 100%, bro.
Yeah, we started it 11 years ago in our former band, Black 7, with
Black 7, okay.
Our friend Dan Hernandez. He kind of came up with the idea, hey, what do you think if we do a food drive? So we did it the one, and then we kind of afterwards were like, you know what? Why can't we just do this again? Why can't we keep it going,
Awesome. So Dan Hernandez, we have to shout him out. He was sort of maybe an originator of the idea to a certain extent.
Absolutely.
Along with you guys?
Yep.
Precisely.
Is he still involved in the process?
Not this year, but he's come in and out. We've done some art collaborations with him and had him come out and help us out with raffles and stuff. But he's a pretty busy artist out in. He does a lot of stuff with Escondido and like the street fairs out there, and he's painting murals all over. Like, chances are, if you're around North County, you've seen a mural that he's done.
Very cool. Dude, over 178,000 meals since 2009. Is that number about right?
It's almost precisely accurate. I have it's weird. Like, I sit there and go through this. We track everything that we do through different food drives, and I think it's been, I can't remember the pound of food count, but it's been over like $30,000 over the course of 10 or 11 years. And wow. I mean, that's like kind of small potatoes. When you get into the charity game, you meet a lot of people who do that, over lunch or something. But for us, we're just two dads who work 50 hours a week and have for a long ass time. And we do this on the side, and we're starting to make it a more kind of pinnacle part of our lives with the charity.
Sure.
So it took us 10 years to do that.
Right.
But I always kind of just think about the what if we didn't do that part. And it seems like the food bank, they're really gracious to have us kind of doing that year after year. We're starting to become a bigger part of as far as regular events they get. Like we contribute pretty consistently to them, so that's cool.
And how is the food, like, stupid question here, but how is the food distributed? Like, is it given to I assume it's going to homeless shelters, or how does that work?
Well, so what happens is we take all the food that we raise at the food drive, and then basically deliver it all down to the food bank, and then they have a system of, basically it's almost like a mini store where they kind of will take that, shelf it and stuff, and then other organizations can come inside and essentially shop and create, whatever they're doing at that time. So whether it be, a homeless outreach thing, or they're just feeding needy families, they kind of take it upon themselves on how they're going to distribute it. Yeah.
You're like, that is their deal. That's out of our hands a bit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, is that they're a huge organization and they have the network and the ability. They have trucks and they could go do all that stuff. So for this, it's pretty much we work on raising the food and the funds for them, and then they kind of take it from there. The North County Food Bank handles about over 100 nonprofits will go there for food, and then with the distribution that the San Diego Food Bank has, it's over 400 nonprofits. So it's pretty extensive, and it ranges, like Chris said, from, I mean, it might be homeless shelters or treatment centers or just different, or churches, just anybody who has that kind of need. They'll network with the food bank to kind of help out and get the reach they need.
Awesome, man. Very cool. And I know there is a homeless issue here in San Diego. I was trying to figure out where we are nationwide, but San Diego's definitely struggling there, man.
It's up there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Talking about like just how we do these concerts, we raise food, we take stuff to a warehouse. I mean, it was like that for years, and then last year we met some people who work with Sidewalk Project, and that's basically a homeless outreach kind of organization. They started up in LA, based in Skid Row, and now they do stuff in San Diego, Vegas, Phoenix. There's an Australian unit of them, but basically it was really cool. I went up there last September to go volunteer in Skid Row, and what they do is they'll give away food and clothing and water, but their main thing is that they will produce art and music just locally on the street with people, so that you're actually engaging and you're meeting people. And every person you meet, it was kind of really interesting. The first time I went up there, it was like you have to reset every idea you have about a person. And whereas you might be just walking around the street, hey, how's it going? How's it going? Right. Hey, how's it going? Hey, hey. But just the simplicities, or like just like things you say that don't really mean a lot.
Right.
With them, like, you had to start over and like clean slate, like bring the typewriter back and be like, hello.
Right. And mean it.
And see, where can I meet this person at? Will they talk to me? Will they make eye contact with me? Will what they say make any sense? Like different things like that. But then you're just engaging and playing music and watching people make art stuff.
It's cool. It's a trip, and it's interesting that you'll have a bunch of them will get involved too and sing and stuff like that. Or a lot of times they'll have multiple instruments there. Well, usually we'll go down and I'll bring my hand drums or something. We've done a couple of them in San Diego, kind of by the old, was it the Wonder Bread?
The tailgate parking lot, 14th and L, right across from Mission Brewery.
Yeah, I think I saw that recently. I think Mitch Carruthers reached out to me to get involved in that, but I wasn't available. But yeah, that's rad, dude. Sidewalk Project.
Yep, Sidewalk Project.
Dude, shout out to that, man. Mm-hmm. Very cool. I have to shout out the fundraiser at Grusby, Oceanside, November 6th. This is going to release Wednesday, so that's tonight.
Okay, yeah.
There's a fundraiser. What's happening there?
So at Grubby's in Oceanside.
Grubby's?
Yeah, Grubby's.
I said Grusby's.
That's all right.
Stupid.
We got you.
Okay.
So basically what they'll do is from 6 to 8 p.m., they're going to donate 20% of all sales, including bar sales.
Wow, very cool.
Come drink and have a burrito tonight.
6 to 8. So for that 2 hours, 28% of all sales.
20%, yep.
20%, dude. That's rad. Very cool. Shout out Grubby's. That's very cool of them. Right on. Again, dude, 11th annual Thanksgiving food drive this Saturday, 1 p.m. at Legacy Brewing. $5 at the door, dude. Get out there, bring some non-perishable food. I'm thinking canned goods, right? Campbell's soup, Top Ramen. What are some other standard things that people might have in their home that they don't want?
Green beans,
Green
corn,
beans, like
creamed corn, the worst.
Check the expiration date, I would say, right?
Yeah, that would be, expired stuff's not the best, but,
Maybe juices.
Drinks are okay.
Juices, water, absolutely.
As long as it's not, non-perishable stuff for sure.
Non-perishable. Cool. I see punkrockfood.com.
Yeah, that's important. So if, let's see, it'll be Wednesday. I mean, punkrockfood.com has some stuff, some resources. So basically, if you want to raise food for the next few days before you go to the show, there's a flyer there you could print, put it at work, put it at your church, put it at a salon, anywhere you know people who will help you out. Pop it on a box, grab all that food, bring it to the food drive. There is also a way there. You could buy tickets through there, or you could buy them at the door, and then you could also donate there. So if for some reason you're listening to this and you can't make it to the show, you're not from San Diego, any list of reasons, you could donate directly through the website to help out with our drive, our campaign this Thanksgiving.
At punkrockfood.com. Yeah, very cool. Okay, I also have to mention, you guys are brothers.
Yeah,
so
technically.
Who married whose sister?
Chris married my sister.
Okay. Yeah. So is that how you guys met?
Yeah. I know him through my sister, but we met when he wanted my sister, but other people. It took him a while to get her, and then now we're brothers.
That's rad, dude. That's kind of like me and my wife. I was buddies with her brother before, and it was awkward during high school to like make a move.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? So I waited until we all kind of graduated, and then I started dating her senior year when her brother was kind of out of the picture. So, and now we're married, and her brother and I are brothers now, brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
So Parade of Horribles is your punk rock band. You guys are a two-piece, bass and drums, and vocals, of course, which is very unique.
Flowing or falling apart. Is this a chance to build?
Let's talk about the band, Parade of Horribles. What's going on? What's new? Recording shows, obviously, this Saturday. You're playing Legacy. Anything beyond that?
Nothing lined up yet as far as shows go. Okay. We've got
a new EP written. We're waiting to learn, and
we got to figure out the parts. We're
getting there.
It's going to be so good. Chris went on a vacation to Yosemite in July.
And how was that, man?
It was good.
Never
good
been
time.
out there.
Yeah, it's amazing out there. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Very
cool.
While he was gone, so basically when we started, there was a lot of funk involved, a lot of slap and tap and just different funky elements.
Okay.
And then slowly, once I learned how to sing, I realized that playing with a pick was way easier for strumming.
Right.
And then Chris has always been going like, we got to get back into that funky shit, man. We got to get funky. And so when he was on vacation, suddenly I was like, yes, you're right. We got to get funky. And so I wrote this EP. And the EP is mostly funky. Some of it's just kind of
it's punk funky,
with some metal influences, a little hardcore,
punky.
And then, but it's all basically about Punk Rock Food Drive. It's like it's an administrative album. It's about
dude, that's rad.
Doing. It's about
spreadsheets and stuff.
I have a line.
You say that.
I have a line that starts a song that says, "I got spreadsheets to track my spreadsheets."
Yes, dude.
That's pretty much what it's about.
That is true punk rock right there, bro. I was talking to The Undertaking about that because they're like so hardcore, but they're all the sweetest dudes, and they're all kind of, I think Brent is like a data analyst. I was like, dude, you guys need to do a hardcore version of like something about spreadsheets, bro. That's cool, man. You guys, definitely the passion seems to be with Punk Rock Food Drive, dude. You're writing about it and everything now.
Yeah. We've been thinking about it for a long ass time. Like, it's really interesting for us, it's just, it's a pattern of behavior we're super used to, but just when you have to devote yourself to like one thing, like I go 2 or 3 months where this is the only thing I think about, and I try to work the rest of my life around it, and through it, like braid it as part of my life. It's pretty frustrating.
Sort of obsess about it a bit?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm sort of like that too with certain things.
Yeah, it's like for us, it's like what could we do better? What could we do different? And it's always interesting on a year. Like, this is our first time at Legacy Brewing, so anytime you change a venue, it makes it a little more interesting. Where you say
stressful. You mean?
What do we have to expect? Interesting.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Stressing
I think
out.
Things are going to go pretty good. I typically try to take on too much, and this year I've got a lot of help. I made sure to Blue 42 as much stuff as I could to Chris.
Blue
And
42.
We've got a vendor coordinator, Kelly King, who's handling all our vendors, and then my buddy Tim Sams, who's married to Kelly. He's handling, help me take care of the stage, sound rental, and all that, and he'll help get the bands situated all day long and stuff. So it's kind of more of a divide and conquer thing.
Absolutely.
This year, and I think we're going to learn some valuable lessons in terms of, yes, always do that.
Yeah,
always make someone else do this,
delegate.
and that, Yeah,
That's been one of our
pain points.
Yeah, exactly.
Just blame me.
Okay, I will. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you guys are a 2-man organization for the most part, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, throughout the year. How many hours would you say you put into Punk Rock Food Drive on off
each year or something?
Or is it more like kind of go time, like crunch time, where you're really putting time into it?
It kind of depends. Like a couple months out, we're like, oh my God, it's coming. We got to get going on it. And we'll kind of hit it hard and then maybe kind of, back off a little bit. And then it gets to that crunch time again where we're like, oh, Jesus, we didn't do enough.
Yeah, that's one of the benefits of not doing 2 a year is that like when you do 2 a year, you get like 2 weeks of break after the summer one. And then you say, okay, let's go again. So it makes it a little difficult when you're doing that. But the cool thing about like with the charity, we're trying to find ways that we could integrate what we're doing in different fundraisers into maybe other shows that other people spent hours and hours on, where we have a small food drive element or a small benefit element in that. So that's not always up to us to just put all these brain hours.
I would think guys like we shouted out Mitch, guys like that would be good to network with.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm always here to help, dude, 100%. Cool. I would love to help out more with that cause, dude. Peter Riot Scene would be a great guy to team up with.
Definitely.
Even San Diego Music League.
Mm-hmm.
Vanya, I don't know if you guys are cool with her.
We know Vanya.
It seems like
Absolutely.
you could get some people around town that are movers and shakers to kind of help out a bit.
Punks for Change too. We've done stuff with them, and
we were talking about your bass tone and everything with the Parade of Horribles, dude. You want to talk about that?
Sure. So basically what happened when we were in a band previously and people started leaving, we had a bunch of gear laying around, and so I just started playing through multiple amps. So it was just a bass amp and then a guitar, like a little crate combo or something. Nice. And just it sounded pretty rad, and we were writing songs and just saying, hey, we're still a band. Things are going great. And
a little bit easier, huh? With two of you, like when a show pops up, you just text the other one, right?
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
One call is all it takes. Yeah, and then and like I told you, we tour in a tundra. Like things are are good. Things are nice. And then we're a pretty unique sounding band. I mean, most of what I write it's all fusion of something. It's all this meets that. So I mean, especially the early stuff and what we're gonna do on this next EP, where it's like punk meets funk and rock. And Chris had to learn how to play samba because of me. So there's always something messed up. One of my favorite bands is Dillinger Escape Plan.
Absolutely.
So when I listen to them, I go, all right, that's crazy. I'm gonna dumb that down to something I could actually handle, and then bring it to Chris, and he goes, "This is
we went and saw them. We saw Dillinger one time, and then about a week later, he's like, dude, check this out. And I was like, oh, man, what are you doing to me?
Yeah, that was after my first Dillinger show, and then I just, my brain was buzzing for weeks. I was and so we just mess around. I like to... I've been playing bass for 25 years and writing a lot of solo stuff and different things in between. And I have a really difficult time writing something that I've already written. So a lot of times everything sounds kind of disparate and it doesn't belong together. So that last EP we released in August is one of the first times where I wrote a body of work that sounded like it should be on the same album.
Gotcha.
And so the next album's kind of like that. I'm trying to do things in groups of 5 or something. I don't really feel like, I kind of feel like full length albums tear people apart, especially me. So I'm trying to do things in EP chunks, but maybe make them a little more intelligible as far as from one song to the next. So just with themes, even just making a concept album out of Punk Rock Food Drive, it makes it so much easier. when you could outline something and say, what do I need to accomplish here? I want to touch on this note, that topic, that topic, and then your album's done, you know?
Right. Absolutely.
So I didn't really ever understand how easy that was, but once I started songwriting a little more, I'm starting to get into the flow of it, where I have these peaks and valleys where it'll be quiet for a while and I won't have anything, and I'll just wait and I'll be like, yeah, that kind of sucks, but I know in a month or two I'll just get this flurry of creativity. Yeah,
I think musicians can relate to that. Yeah. The ebbs and flows of creativity. Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. And in your recordings, I would say the layman ear would not even know that there isn't guitar.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Depending on which ones you heard.
You pull that off pretty well, though.
The latest one and our first one are like the ones that are really just bass and drums. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff in between where it was like, you know what I got? I got a computer that could take infinite tracks. So I'm going to put guitar on there. I'm going to put bongos on there. I'm going to put a damn rain stick in there.
There's a rain stick. There's a drill.
Yeah, there's always a rain stick.
Yeah. Accordions and flutes and
yeah, a bunch of cheating.
Why not?
Bunch
Have
of
some
cheating.
fun with it, dude.
Yeah, so I really enjoy it like that for that aspect. But for the last album, I was like, can we just because 2 albums ago, I had my buddy who lives in Texas. He recorded guitars all over the top of the thing, and it sounded great. I loved it.
Nice.
But then we'd play it live, and I had people being like, "When are you going to play this album live, though?" And I'm like, "Oh no, we can't do that.
Right.
We need more people."
Yeah.
So then we tried to dumb this last one down, where it's like, this is how it's written, and this is what it sounds like, and what you hear is what you get when you see us. And that's how the next one should be. As far as we've laid it out now, I mean, there's not really a lot to add. It's like, it's super simple, but it's just dynamic and weird and intense. I guess the biggest thing, like for live, you'll see Saturday is just, people usually say, I didn't realize there were only 2 people up there, just because there's we
hear that every show.
Noise,
A lot of noise. Yeah, I mean, like I could probably play it for my wife, and I'm sure she'd hear something like something sounds different. You know what I mean? But you guys pull it off. It's good. I really look forward to Saturday again. Legacy, you guys are rocking out live too. Who would you say influences are, man? You said Dillinger. Anyone else? Both of you?
What you got?
And again, we have to tease. You guys are going to rock it out acoustic here pretty soon, dude. You got your acoustic bass. You have a bongo drum over there, so we look forward to that.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
I can't really. I mean, pinning down one sort of influences. I mean, we've both listened to everything from Nick Cave to Dillinger Escape Plan. And,
there you
go. One time, I think it was a Tom Waits album. Jason, she's like, "Hey, I wrote this song. I've been listening to a lot of Tom Waits. What do you think about this?" And so it's just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, cool, man.
I'd say Nick Mason if I was a drummer.
Oh yeah, okay.
You guys
get Pink Floyd.
No.
There you go.
For me, it's all over the place too. It's, started out with a lot of punk bands. I mean, Descendants, and then eventually I got into Victor Wooten and Stanley Clarke. A lot of funk and jazz fusion. Les Claypool, obviously from the early years, and then
you have to as a bass player, huh?
Yeah, I think you do to a certain extent. Yeah,
little Flea.
Maybe there's probably some of that in there. I used to learn some of those bass lines. I mean, I love that guy's character more than the band he plays in. Just like he's just such a good person. And he just looks it's like, dude, I want to just emanate joy the way that guy does. He just always looks so fucking stoked.
He has a different perspective on things, music and life. I always come across quotes and interviews with him.
Yeah, I gotta grab his book. I want to read that.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know that was out there.
Yeah, probably last month or a couple weeks ago, he just released a book.
Oh, really? Dang, dude, I'll have to check that out. I know Anthony Kiedis has one. I think it's called Scar Tissue.
Scar Tissue, yeah.
I started reading it.
Supposedly Flea's book is less about the Red Hot Chili Peppers and more about just his whole life in general. So you probably get like some like pre-Suburbia era kind of stuff in there. Right. But yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out.
What's a local band shout out, man? Who's the homie?
Ooh. I mean,
if you guys could pick one to shout out each, give someone love. There's so many here locally, especially in the punk rock scene.
Yeah,
but make someone's day.
I'll give one but they don't really play much anymore. But we were pretty stoked to get London's Falling on the food drive.
So as he rebuilt his commission routes and the gates that he had left behind.
Cool. I look forward to hearing them Saturday. What time are they going on?
They're playing 4th, so they'll probably be on a little bit before like 4:10 or something.
Yeah, cool. Right on.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw out Corporate Citizen because it seems every show we play is with Corporate Citizen.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I just met their drummer.
Dan, yeah.
Yeah, I just met him at Legacy.
No, he's
Oh, yeah,
super.
cool.
He's super cool.
Yeah, very cool guy.
He's
All
a
of
great guy.
them.
He's given me a ton of so I make wind chimes out of cymbals, and probably half my supply
That's
of
rad,
of broken cymbals have come from Dan. So
No way.
Yeah.
Dude, drummers in San Diego, that's a brilliant idea. I love that,
don't
man.
be giving that to everybody else, man.
No, to buy. Are you selling them?
Oh yeah, I sell them. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
How do they buy those? I would love one, dude.
I have
for back here.
Yeah, I have an Instagram. It's wind_rhythm1.
Okay.
And then people can just message me on there. I'll pretty much everything I've done is picture-wise is up there, and you can see a style you like.
You go to the food drive and buy a wind chime.
How
I'm gonna have them there,
fucking
too.
sick would one be back here,
It'd be
bro?
perfect.
Is that
It'd be
not
great.
like perfect? We have the Riot Scene surfboard somewhere around here. I don't know
It's
where
over
the
there.
hell- Oh yeah, it's over there. Dude, can you do me a favor and just bring one Saturday, bro, and I'll Venmo you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have.
What's the price point?
They kind of range. The smaller ones are 30 to 40, and then I'll show you some pictures of them. I got some bigger ones that are about 80, the big spiral ones.
Yeah, he's got a
70,
booth.
80. I'm gonna have a booth.
He's
You're gonna
one of
have
the
some.
vendors.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm buying one. You guys are making money.
That's right.
Do you have merch?
Yeah.
Do you have some merch for Punk Rock Food Drive?
Oh yeah, merch.
Okay.
We have
Oh,
Punk Rock
yeah.
Food Drive
Yeah, we
merch,
got it.
and we have POH merch there too. And
Yeah, cool.
Shirts, hats. That's mostly what we sell for the most part, and raffle tickets, auction items, all that stuff.
Yeah, again, three non-perishable food items gets you a raffle ticket, and you guys are raffling off all sorts of
yeah,
some
the
good
list
stuff,
is
huh?
crazy. Yeah, we got a ton.
There's
of
so
stuff.
much stuff. I got to get like a kind of like a vendor thank you going. I like to do where it's just try to get everybody's logo who donated and just show a shout out. It usually takes like 3 or 4 Instagram posts because you could only tag 20 people. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty extensive.
the raffles are going to cover, tattoos, clothing, restaurant and brewery gift cards, surf and skate gear, all sorts of stuff. You don't have the vendors on here, though, do you?
We got Bad Parents Club, Backcountry Art, Joshua D. Hoagland, Mabel Syndrome will be there, Moonshock, Nerd Pins, Punk for Change, Rattlehead Crafts, Riot Nuts, and also Riot Scene will be there. Sidewalk Project will be there, and then I'll be there also doing my wind rhythm stuff. And then we've got
Love sucks.
Love Sucks. Yeah, it's a succulent company out of La Jolla.
Rad, dude. Getting everyone involved. What's your symbol thing?
Wind Rhythm.
Wind Rhythm. That's brilliant, dude. How's that doing? You selling some?
Yeah, definitely selling some.
Little side
They
thing?
take a long time to make, so
Yeah.
like mass production of it's definitely not an option kind of thing. So, I mean, right now I get a kind of steady flow once, one here, one there kind of thing, and it's pretty good with time-wise for me working and food drive and everything else.
He's pretty quick with an angle grinder.
I assume you take donations from local drummers, right,
Oh,
out
yeah,
there that have
absolutely.
some symbols, dude.
Yeah, if
Hook
anybody
Chris
wants
up.
to, I do a lot of like trade stuff too. If anybody has a handful of broken cymbals they want to get rid of, trade for a wind chime, that kind of stuff.
That's dope. That's very cool, man. I look forward to Saturday. It's going to be rad. Again, this Saturday, Legacy, man, going down Punk Rock Food Drive, the 11th annual Thanksgiving food drive to benefit North County Food Bank, man. 9 bands starting at 1:30. I think we covered everything, right?
That's it.
Raffles, bring some food.
All we have to
Support
do-
the cause, baby.
All we have to do is do it. Now you just got to go.
I know. Hey, thank you guys again, man. Seriously, I genuinely mean this, man. It's an extremely selfless thing you guys are doing. It really is, and you guys deserve like all the credit in the world, man, and all the props in the world. It's a very cool thing you're doing.
Thank
Appreciate
you so
it, man.
much,
Thank you.
man.
You're very welcome. You guys want to
Appreciate
jam?
that.
You ready?
Yeah, we're
let's
ready.
do it.
Cool. Let's do it.
We on the feeling, baby. We on the world. We on the feeling, baby. We on the world. We on the feeling, baby. We on the world. We on the feeling, baby. We on the world.
Rock and roll, punk rock and roll. We are here with Chris and Jason of Parade of Horribles. They're going to do Unplugged, which they do all the time, right?
Yeah.
Often.
Exclusively.
You guys are rocking coffee shops every weekend, right?
We've played some pretty weird places before.
Have you? What's the weirdest?
I think just in the corner of Speakeasy Brewery in San Francisco, probably.
Oh, no shit. Was it electric or unplugged?
It was electric,
Okay.
but it was just we were touring anyway, and we didn't have a San Francisco gig, so I just emailed 40 breweries, and they got back to me.
Oh, yeah.
And so we were playing during like a Dodgers versus Giants wild card game, and so everyone was watching baseball.
Yeah.
And it was so weird. I'd be playing my bass, and I just hear people freaking out. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm nailing it," and then they were just watching a baseball game, and then we'd stop playing, and no one would make any sound because they were like glued to the TV, waiting for something to happen. And then we were about to play our last song, and our buddy in San Francisco, Danny Sando, who was hosting us, he was like, "Hey, man, some Pinnacle shit's about to go down. If you could just wait like 2 minutes."
You're like, damn
and
it.
so we waited, and then the Giants lost, and then so it was like, all right, this is our last song. It's about suffering a huge disappointment in your life.
Yes.
But you're gonna get through it. It'll be different. And then we just played our last song and left.
That is rad, dude. That's fucking
Oh yeah,
cool.
the velodrome too. So the bike track in Balboa Park by the Frisbee golf place.
Yeah.
We used to get gigs there kind of consistently because my stepsister was a big bicyclist, and they booked bands that would play the middle of the velodrome. So you just play there while people ride bikes around you in circles.
Nice.
And it's like really intermittent as far as like, okay, this is a 27 lap run, so keep going. Or, all right, we need you for a minute and a half now. So it was really inconsistent. It's kind of weird.
That's funny, man. Well, I don't think you guys play acoustic often. I appreciate you guys doing this. It's going to be sick. It sounded good. Your first song is One True Self.
That's it.
How old is that one?
Oh, that one's pretty old, yeah. Probably like 6 years or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Got Chris on the bongo, Jason on the bass. Let's do it.
Cool. We never talked about that. Just 1, 2, 3 for me.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Ready?
Yeah.
What?
I don't feel right, you say. There's something wrong with me. The thoughts you send my way have no effect today. That somber shadow ghost that hangs on me the most now seems a distant truth, a myth of yesterday. I am my one true self. My ego is a son of a bitch. I am my one true self. I am my one true self. My ego is a son of a bitch. I am my one true self. Some days I rise above, others I feel no love. Don't treat this life as cheap. Those thoughts are buried deep. I'm looking for a friend, but I'm alone again. This seems so permanent, but that's a goddamn lie. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. I am my one true self. My ego is the son of a bitch. Bleep. Bleep.
One True Self. Parade of Horrible. It sounded good, dude.
Wrap it up.
I love it. Wrap it up. Boom. I want to hear that acoustic on Saturday at Legacy.
No, it's a lot more. It's a lot more
Hey,
screaming
like,
usually.
Fuck you, Troy.
It's weird. It's weird to play acoustic where you should be screaming.
Yeah.
It's like
oh, it
it's
totally
like,
is.
It's like hesitant screaming.
Acoustic's fucking weird. Dude.
I don't want
Especially
to. I don't want to wake a horse up out here. Or
a
something.
horse. A lot of tweakers out here, bro, and they're wide awake, so you don't have to worry about that.
Make a target for them. Hey, people are screaming over there. I'll fit right in.
Oh man,
I got down to this.
Dude, I have to. You're gonna tune. Your bass sounds good, man.
Thanks, dude.
Ibanez, right?
I'm borrowing it.
You're borrowing it.
Yeah.
Who lent that to you?
My buddy Rob Payne.
Rob Payne.
Yeah, real good friend Rob Payne.
Is he in a band?
Not currently.
Okay.
He's the only person I know with me tattooed on his body, though.
A picture of you?
It's like this. I used to be in a metal band that he was a really good fan of, and he made this scene where, like, on his left arm is us playing a concert, or no, what it is, it's like on his chest there's like these skeletons playing a show, and then there's all this weird chaos that divulges into his arm, and like I'm smashing the bass on his arm.
Damn,
he really liked our band.
That's a fan, bro. Right on. Rob Payne, shout out, dude. And I just have to say, we were talking with Chris about his little side endeavor, wind_rhythm1 on Instagram, dude. Chris makes basically, we were touching on it, but you have to check out the Instagram because what you're doing is dope. You're making wind chimes. You can pass that mic to him. You're making wind chimes out of broken drum cymbals, but they are legit, bro. Like, I don't know what you call that. However you're creating them is they look great, dude.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I just take the busted up cymbals and cut them up, and different styles. I've got a handful of different ones I do. Some of them are like a 14-inch hi-hat that I just cut the outer rim of it out and then hang stuff in between there. Other ones I just completely kind of cut up all together and make different spiraled ones, and yeah, I think they're cool. I like them. Super
creative. Yeah, I mean, I'm on board 100%. And I don't even play drums, so I would think like any drummer around town would just be all over that. So again, check that out. Wind_rhythm1. Wind chimes made out of fucking drums, bro. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant idea.
I have to say about a clock being right, twice. A broken clock. Yeah. Every once in a while, a good idea comes into my brain.
It really is, dude. That's super creative. I can't wait to buy one Saturday, dude. Honestly.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no, for sure. One more song. Parade of Horribles. You guys are going to play Fairy Tale. What's up with this song, man?
This is one of the songs off our latest EP, so it's
cool.
Just kind of dumbed down bass drums. It's kind of the way it was meant to be right here, except for the whole acoustic factor. But it's just it kind of speaks for itself. At least on the album, there, it's not too much smoke and mirrors. It's kind of straightforward, which is weird for us. So
yeah, right. Cool.
I dig it.
Cool, man. Take it away.
Just give me. Do you want to do the 8?
Yeah, let's just do it from one.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
Do a 4 count in?
Sure. We've known ourselves for ages. We never fit the mold. You like your porridge too soft, and I keep my bed too cold. Right here is just a story. Don't say it's different now. I know just where to find you, but not really sure how. We own the feeling, baby. We own the world. We own the feeling, baby. We own the world. We own the feeling, baby. We own the world. We own the feeling, baby. We own the world. It's time. It's time to breathe again. It's time. It's time to breathe again. It's time. It's time to breathe again. It's time. It's time to breathe again! I'm living in this skull and I'm wandering through the world. I'm going back and forth and back, and I still don't know the words. Some kind of hocus pocus, magic or spell to convince myself that paradise ain't just some other hell. We own the feeling, baby. We own the world.
Yeah! Unplugged Parade of Horribles with Fairy Tale, dude.
Success.
Certainly not written to be acoustic, but dude, I appreciate it, and it's a different vibe, bro. I think it's fucking cool, personally. I mean, I'm hosting the podcast and all, so I'm biased, but I think it's dope. It shows a different side of you guys.
Thank you. We'll give you some fade out music if you want it.
Let's fucking do it. You want to? Instrumental?
Maybe.
Right, let's do some instrumental underneath my little wrap up here. We'll talk a little bit more about Punk Rock Food Drive. We're going to have Unplugged Parade of Horribles in the background. Dude, again, Saturday going down at Legacy Brewing Company in Oceanside. Doors at 1 o'clock. Music starts at 1:30. 9 bands, man, and it's for a great cause. Punk Rock Food Drive, the 11th annual food drive for Thanksgiving. Helping out the hungry here in San Diego. Dude, Chris and Jason, your reputations precede you. An honor to finally meet with you guys. I think I met you before, Jason.
Really?
Do I look familiar?
Well, you look familiar because of the internet.
Instagram. No. Isn't
I don't
that
know
funny
if we
how
met
that
in
works?
person before.
Yeah, maybe not. But extremely nice to meet you guys. I
You
really
too,
look
man.
forward to Saturday. Make it out, guys. Bring some non-perishable food items this Saturday at Legacy for the Punk Rock Food Drive starting at 1 p.m. at Legacy Brewing Company. Boom.
Thank you so much for having us, man.
Of course, brother.
This is rad.
Palapalooza,
You ready?
Parade of Horribles, Punk Rock Food Drive.
I'm not ready.
What are you doing? You're winging
Here we
it.
go.
Let's go. Yeah. Fade it down.
I can't go riding no more. 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 No more. It's all slap from there. That's it.
That was dope. Is that one of your songs or was that
Yeah.
just a jam? Cool.
That's what,
What was that one?
It's called Can't Go Riding.
Can't Go Riding.
Yeah, it's
Love
like
it.
a real trimmed down version of it.
That was dope. That was kind of
Again,
like a
no-
that had a different vibe to it.
That's
like
that Tom Waits one.
Yeah,
Yeah. Listen
okay.
to a lot of Tom Waits then.
Tom Waits, cool.
Everything was
Yeah.
straight.
Dude, Chris and Jason, you guys have skills.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you guys.
man. Appreciate
Mad
it.
respect for what you're doing for San Diego. And we'll see you Saturday at Legacy.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Right on. Peace out.
A second person inside yourself conjures favor with a fourth or a fifth. On any given day, at any given time, no base, no prime, you false exist. We can't help, understand, forgive or compromise. Waking up on this day, we can't go on. We can't help, understand, forgive or compromise. Waking up on this day, we can't go on. Asleep for another month and awoke to battle Mara for years. We're only given days, we spend them feeling weak. Snuff out your light, protecting our fears. We can't help, understand, forgive or compromise. Waking up on this day, we can't go on. We can't help, understand, forgive or compromise. Waking up on this day, we can't go on. We can't help, understand, forgive or compromise. Waking up on this day, we can't go on. We can't help, understand, forgive or compromise. Waking up on this day, we can't go on.
You're not done with it yet?
I haven't recorded the vocals yet.
God, this song is like the plague. It just won't go away.
1, 2, 3, 4. Palapalooza, Palapalooza. We're talking to you. I'm Palapalooza. Word.